My Weirder School, Book Number 9. Ms. Sue Has No Clue. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pelot. Chapter 5. Something Smells Fishy. $1,000, Ms. Sue hollered into her bullhorn. We have now raised $1,000. Everybody whooped, and a new line was drawn on the giant thermometer. Ms. Sue put more money into the money box. Me and the gang walked around to play some of the other games. Ryan played ring toss. Michael threw ping pong balls into paper cups. We all jumped up and down in the moon bounce, even Fishy Teafish. This was the best day of my life. We were waiting in line to play shuffleboard when I noticed that Fishy Teafish didn't look very good. He was floating upside down in the plastic bag. Dude, Neil the nude kid said, I think your goldfish may be dead. What? How can he be dead? I just got him. Goldfish don't live very long, said Andrea. I read that in the encyclopedia. I only had him for 5 minutes, I complained. Yeah, but you don't know how long he was alive before Miss Laney gave him to you, Michael told me. What do you expect, AJ? Asked Ryan. He's in a plastic bag. If we lived in plastic bags, we wouldn't live very long either. Look at him. He can't breathe in there. Fish don't breathe air, dumbhead, said Andrea. They use their gills to get oxygen from the water. So does your face, I told Andrea. Oh, snap, said Ryan. Stop arguing about it, Emily said. Fishy is dying. We've got to do something. Sheesh, get a grip. What do you want me to do? I asked. Give mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to a fish? That would be gross, said Alexia. Giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to anybody is gross, said Michael. Maybe 2 fish could give mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to each other, suggested Neil. That would be weird. We all rushed back to Miss Laney's booth to see if she could help us. She was wiping her face with a towel. I told her what happened to Fishy Teafish. You need to talk to Ms. Sue, she told me. She bought all the prizes. We ran all over the carnival looking for Ms. Sue. Finally, we found her. I wish to register a complaint, I told her. I won this goldfish just 5 minutes ago. Is something wrong with him? Ms. Sue asked. I'll tell you what's wrong with him, I told her. He's dead. No, he's not dead, Miss Sue said. He's resting. He's not resting, I told her. He's dead. Look, I think he's doing the backstroke, said Ms. Sue. Isn't that adorable? Mom, shouted Alexia. He's not doing the backstroke. He's dead. Usually I'm very respectful to grown-ups, but Ms. Sue was getting me really mad. I know a dead goldfish when I see one, I told her, and I'm looking at one right now. This is an ex-goldfish. Okay, maybe he is dead, agreed Miss Sue. You didn't take him into the moon bounce, did you? I want my dollar back, I demanded. I'm sorry, AJ, Miss Sue told me. We're running behind on the fundraising, and we need every dollar for the new playground equipment. But I'll tell you what I can do. I'll get you a new fish to replace Fishy. Would that be all right? Well, okay. Good, Miss Sue said. That will cost you $1. What? Chapter 6 Cowabunga. I decided not to buy another fish from Miss Sue. If that one died, I'd be stuck with 2 dead fish, and I hate dead fish. Me and the gang played a few more games, and then Miss Sue announced that we had raised $2,000. We all whooped and hollered. Everybody come over to the soccer field, Miss Sue shouted into her bullhorn. It's time to play bingo. I love bingo, we all yelled. We rushed over to the soccer field. It was weird because there was an orange plastic fence around the field. The grass was marked off like a big checkerboard with white chalk lines. How do you play bingo on a soccer field? I asked. Beats me, said Ryan. Some of the parents set up drums and other musical instruments, and they started to play oldies from 1,100,000 years ago. That's when the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. A truck drove up to the field, and it was pulling a trailer. Miss Sue opened the door of the trailer, and do you know what walked out of it? A cow. This is Dr. Moo, announced Miss Sue. Welcome to Cow Pie Bingo. I didn't know that cows ate pie, I said. They don't, dumbhead, said Andrea. Cow pies are poops. Your face is a poop, I told Andrea. Oh, snap, said Ryan. Here's how we play cow pie bingo, said Miss Sue. You folks each get to buy 1 square of the soccer field for $20. If Dr. Moo drops a cow pie on your square, you win $100. The rest of the money goes to the school. It sounded like the weirdest game in the history of the world, but all the grown-ups ran over to the ticket booth like they were giving away gold or something. Even my parents bought a square of the soccer field. Put your money on a square, any square, shouted Miss Sue into the bullhorn. This game sounds a lot like gambling, said Little Miss Perfect. I'm not sure that's a good message to send to children. Can you possibly be more boring? I said. Where do you think Miss Sue got that cow? Michael asked. My mom got it from Rent-A-Cow, Alexia told him. You can rent anything. After all the grown-ups got their tickets, Miss Sue brought Dr. Moo out to the middle of the soccer field. Let the game begin, shouted Miss Sue as she released the cow. All the grown-ups started chanting and cheering for Dr. Moo to poop on their square. It was hilarious. Poop on number 6, somebody shouted. I could use $100. No, poop on number 10, shouted somebody else. Poop on number 2, Dr. Moo. Dr. Moo just stood there. Everyone was on pins and needles. Well, not really. We were sitting on the bleachers. If we were on pins and needles, it would have hurt. But everyone was watching Dr. Moo. He was standing in the middle of the field eating grass. It was exciting. Well, it was exciting for about a minute. After that, it was just a crowd of people watching a cow stand in the middle of a soccer field eating grass. Moo! Moo, Dr. Moo. What if Dr. Moo doesn't poop at all? Somebody yelled. Oh, he'll poop, Ms. Sue replied. They fed him just before bringing him over here. What if he poops on a line between 2 squares? Somebody asked. I am the official pie inspector, said Ms. Sue. I will determine which square has the most cow pie on it. Dr. Moo took a few steps, and everyone got excited again. The parents with the musical instruments started playing a song. It was a weird song. Dr. Moo stared at the sky for a few minutes. He took a step forward. Then he took a step backward. Then he chewed for a while. Moo! Moo, Dr. Moo. If you ask me, cow pie bingo is the most boring game in the history of the world. This would be a good time for you folks to buy some lemonade and cupcakes, shouted Ms. Sue into her bullhorn. It took about 1,100,000 hours, but finally something dropped out of Dr. Moo's behind. We have a cow pie sighting, Ms. Sue shouted excitedly as she ran over to inspect it. It landed on square number 20. That's mine, some guy shouted, jumping up and down. I win! The guy got his $100, and everybody cheered as he had his picture taken with Dr. Moo. Ms. Sue told us that Cow Pie Bingo had raised another $1,000 for the school. She put the money into the money box. I looked at the giant thermometer. We were up to $3,000 now, more than halfway there. We needed just $2,000 more if we wanted to get the playground equipment and have Mr. Klutz spend a night in jail. Chapter 7. You should have been there. It's time for the big car smash, Ms. Sue shouted into her bullhorn. Car smash? We all asked. What's that? She didn't need to tell us the answer. At that moment, a tow truck came around the corner, driven by our custodian, Miss Lazar. She was towing a junky old car. Miss Lazar put the car in the corner of the playground. Then she got out of the tow truck with a sledgehammer. One swing for $1, she shouted. Then she took the sledgehammer, swung it over her head, and smashed the windshield of the car. It was cool. Me and the guys all rushed over to get on line. Sorry, Ms. Sue told us, for safety reasons. Bummer in the summer. Smashing stuff up with a sledgehammer is cool. I can't wait until I'm old enough to smash stuff with a sledgehammer. I will do that all day long. If you ask me, they should have a whole TV channel devoted to smashing stuff up with sledgehammers. Why would anyone want to damage a car on purpose? Asked Andrea. Because it's fun, all the guys told her. I don't approve of violence, she said. What do you have against violence? I asked. Andrea rolled her eyes. Just about all the dads and a few moms paid for a turn to hit the car with a sledgehammer. A few of them hit it over and over again. By the time they were finished, there was hardly anything left of the car. It was cool. It's time to play toilet seat toss, Miss Sue shouted into her bullhorn. Toilet seat toss is a lot like horseshoes, except that you toss toilet seats. So it has the perfect name. Instead of metal stakes in the ground, there were toilet bowl plungers. It cost $1 to toss a toilet seat, and if you got a ringer, you would win a plastic bag with a goldfish in it. I decided not to play that game. It's time for the beauty pageant, Miss Sue shouted into her bullhorn. Everybody came rushing over to the stage. There was a curtain across the front, so we could only see the contestants' high-heeled shoes. Miss Sue asked everybody to donate $1 to sponsor one of the contestants. Me and the gang pushed our way to the front so we would get a good view. I don't like beauty pageants, Andrea said. Beauty pageants disrespect women. I agree, said Emily, who always agrees with everything Andrea says. That's good, Miss Sue announced, because there are no women in this beauty pageant. She pulled open the curtain. Guess who was standing there? Mr. Docker, Mr. Loring, Mr. Mackey, Mr. Louie, Mr. Granite, Dr. Brad, Mr. Tony, and Mr. Harrison. And they were all wearing bathing suits and high heels. Aren't they lovely? Asked Miss Sue. The men paraded up and down the stage while this song, Isn't She Lovely, played. Everybody was laughing their heads off. I thought I was gonna pee in my pants. Miss Sue had us clap our hands really loud to decide which of the contestants was the most beautiful. The loudest applause was for Mr. Tony, so he won. I think it was because he has the most hair on his back. Miss Sue put a crown on his head. It was hilarious, and we got to see it live and in person. You should have been there. After that, we all went over to the soccer field again, where Miss Sue had set up a giant catapult that shot pumpkins across the field. People paid $1 to shoot a pumpkin. Then we went into the gym and watched a game of donkey basketball. Yeah, with real donkeys. There was also a dunk tank, a dress your pet contest, a teacher tug-of-war, a mud wrestling contest for parents, and a bug-eating contest. I went to all of them and spent almost all the money my parents had given me. I only had $1 left. The line on the giant thermometer kept getting higher and higher. We have now raised $4,000, Miss Sue shouted into her bullhorn. Everybody went crazy.